Hi everyone, I'm Rich and welcome back to Mission 1820 on this week's episode of Have You Ever Wondered? Now, this is a weekly series where we answer a common biblical question in 5 minutes or less. So if you're new to the channel, we're all about sharing the gospel of Christ to others as well as fulfilling the Great Commission. So please, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And we certainly encourage you to browse all of our other videos and messages that we have on the channel. So, without further ado, let's get to this week's question. Have you ever wondered, will we recognize our friends and family in heaven? Well, the Bible doesn't explicitly tell us one way or the other, but I kind of like how George MacDonald summed it up when he answered the question in this way. He said, "Shall we be greater fools in paradise than we are here?" Well, for my sake, I hope he's right. However, the Bible does have some verses that help shed some light on answering this question. First, in 2 Samuel 12:23, after the death of David's son, David says in verse 23, "But now he is dead, so why should I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me." Well, David must have assumed that he would be able to recognize his son in heaven, despite the fact that his son died as a mere baby. Also, we see in Luke 16:19 through 31 that it tells the story of Abraham, Lazarus, and the rich man. And we see in this story that they were all recognizable as well after their deaths. And finally, Matthew 17, verses 3 and 4, during the Transfiguration on the Mount, we read that Moses and Elijah appeared to Jesus, while Peter, James, and John were also present, and they were all recognized, the two men, without ever having met them. So this might mean that we will recognize people that we knew here on earth when we get into heaven. Now, I understand to some that these verses might be a stretch in answering the question before us, but they are biblical attempts, and that's really all that matters. So, furthermore, the Bible does tell us that after Jesus had died and was resurrected, he was recognizable to many people in his glorified body, which leads me to believe that we will also be recognizable in our glorified bodies when we're in heaven. You know, being able to see our loved ones again will be a glorious aspect of heaven, no doubt. But heaven will be far more about God and far less about us. The Bible says in 1 John 3:2, "We know that when Christ appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is." So the general consensus among theologians and pastors and such is that we will recognize our friends and family when we do get to heaven. So yeah, I'm also confident that we will recognize them as well when we finally do get to heaven. And we're going to have a glorious reunion with them. So now you know if we're going to recognize our friends and family when we get into heaven. So thanks for watching.